Welcome to Simplified Profits with over 23 years of experience in the stock market. I'm Anthony Calhoun. Just make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, and leave some feedback. Right now, we're going to do a real quick episode on why you don't want to be in the biggest winners of the day. Okay, so I have people ask me, how do you find the biggest winners of the day? What can you look for? Is it volume? Is it this? Is it that? Let's add volume right quick just to answer that question. So I've studied volume. I've studied many things. Okay, so prior to run ups, you can try and watch for certain indicators, but usually I'm telling you, the biggest winners of the day, you don't want to be in a stock that you're waiting for. And what I mean by that is look at this stock. Okay, this is the biggest winner of the day, Intelligent Biosolutions. Okay, if you want to try to find the biggest winners of the day, just buy the crappiest biotech stocks. Those are usually the biggest winners and losers of the day. So if you look at this one, this is the biggest winner of the day. But man, look at this stock. So it was the biggest winner probably back here too at 293%. If you would have bought that, now obviously people try to find them to scalp or make quick profit, but there's nothing to really tell you that. You can get in there and try to chase it. So let's go back right here. Okay, so we had high volume here. So if you bought that, a lot of people would have dropped 50%. So if they had $1,000, they would have watched their portfolio drop to 500. You know how many people bought this here, watched their account drop 50%, sold it, and then it rallied up today? They would have made 38%, maybe as much as 82%. I'm telling you, a ton of people probably did. Okay. So there's no volume indicator between any of these. This pop right here, you see any volume indication? Let's go all the way back here. No volume indication. All right. Looking for volume, looking for technical indicators. This stock sucks. Okay. I wouldn't want to be in this today. I mean, yeah, if I bought it yesterday and it jumped obviously up 200%, that'd be great. But I'm telling you, there's nothing that's going to tell you to buy this yesterday. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Oversold. It was oversold yesterday, and that's when I buy my stocks. It was oversold then. That's when I buy my stocks. But look at oversold here. So you can find, really cheap stocks that are oversold and buy them, but I'm not really recommending that because all these stocks are crap. Let's look at the next one. Sun W. Look at this. It popped 138%. Now here, don't be wrong, there was some bigger volume there, but that was sell volume. Okay. So some people buy on a 58% drop. So these people that were buying it back here, you got a little volume here. Somebody probably bought it up here and dropped as much as 90%. And then you have a little green pop today. Okay. I don't want to be in these. All right. And these little penny stocks and common stocks, and I can tell you the biggest losers, they all look the same. Okay, there's no reason to be in any of these. Now, if you talk about the biggest winners and losers in the S&P 500, okay, that's a different story. Let's go through these. I can tell you multiple. I can tell you every reason to be in it or not to be in. The biggest winners, why you want to be in them, and the biggest losers, why you don't want to be in them. Right here, overbought, you would have sold. I'm assuming that's earnings. We don't like holding to events unless we really believe in this company. Expedia, Consumer Cynical, Leisure Company. I'm not really filling that company for a 10-year outlook. It dropped. You should have sold when it was overbought, and you should have entered when it was oversold. So this would have been your swing. I probably would have got out there. But if not, let's say you hold it till it was actually overbought. You've been up 9%, get out before earnings. Okay. Same thing. It's overbought, get out before earnings. Right here, healthcare sector, under the 200-day moving average. So we wouldn't have been in it. We wouldn't have been in any of these at all. I can tell you. Okay. Now here, let's look at this real quick. I'm assuming this gap is from earnings. This drop down. So let's go to news. Downgrade. Yeah, so they had earnings yesterday, basically, probably after bells, and now it's gap down. Don't hold through the earnings unless this is a company. Now, if this is a company with a bullish chart and one you plan on holding for a while, then you should be buying it here. Okay, buying it at the bottom of Bollinger Band, buying it when it's oversold. Nothing should change on what you believe until it crosses under the 200-day moving average. As you can see here, which would have still saved you 5%. You could have put your money in something bullish for 4 months. So Royal Caribbean. I don't know why anybody would buy that, but the chart did come up over the 200-day moving average. It did pull back to oversold. We would have sold it obviously when it was overbought, up about 10%. But okay, so it's oversold. Now, whether or not is this earnings, because we wouldn't have held through earnings unless it's something we really believe in for the long haul, which we don't. I'm looked 10 years down the road when I think about the long haul. Yeah, we ain't had news since February 2nd unless it just ain't showing up on TC 2000. But if you bought this oversold, you need to manage that position and lower your cost average. That's how that works. Under the 200 wouldn't have been in. Under the 200 wouldn't have been. Let's look at the biggest winners. Now, AMT, you would have been in right here, or you would have just entered the overall semiconductor market. Okay, now that's probably earnings. So yeah, we probably would have got out before the event because it would have went either way. Under the 200 day, so it wouldn't have been in that. Under the 200 day, the same. Under the 200 day, semiconductor would have probably bought it back here. This is a company you like. You add to your positions you like when it's oversold, ladies and gentlemen. So the biggest winners for the day in the overall U.S. common stocks are usually nothing you want to be in. Okay, you would love to get them the day before, but there's really nothing to tell you that unless you got some type of insider information about some news coming out or something like that. Getting rich overnight in the stock market, not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if you're lucky, okay, if you're lucky. I don't like depending on luck. I like the get rich 4 or 5 years of a slow, steady grind, putting my money to work. Okay, I don't believe in a get rich overnight. So stop trying to find the biggest winners and get you a strategy that works. Once again, that was a good, we talk about the 20-day moving average all the time. Sometimes it pulls back, it doesn't pull back to the oversold condition, it just grinds up the 20-day moving average. So pay attention to the stock chart and know what you're entering, whether or not it's bullish or bearish. NVIDIA, this thing has been a monster. We said buy it here when it was oversold. Every oversold condition should have been adding here, adding here, adding here, adding here, adding here. This thing has just been a monster since it crossed over the 200-day moving average. If you would have bought the first pullback and every pullback since it crossed over the 200-day moving average, you'd be up over 200% in a year. That's crazy. Great company. Looking at the PE, I don't think it's really too overvalued, but we'll find out soon when the earnings come out. I believe in a week or so. It's February 9th right now. It comes out on the 14th, I believe. So it's overdue for a little pullback. We'll see what people think in the earnings. It's a much-loved company by everybody. I don't own any of it, so there's that. But just pay attention to the stock charts, ladies and gentlemen. You would have been in one of today's biggest winners, but you would have been in it probably about a month ago, and you'd be up about 18%. Same with a lot of these, okay? Know what you're looking at. Don't try to find something to get you rich overnight. I'm out.